Most all of the Filipinos are considered poor, and it's so hard to accept the fact that the innocent children are the ones who are affected too much. Their very young age, they are taught on how to earn for a living, just for their own selves and for their family as well. Their very young age, they are prone to accidents or diseases, which can kill themselves and their future. No play, no childhood, no education, no progression. As a student and one of the youths, poverty is a serious problem to deal with. If you are poor, your future is not secured. Your education seems to be endangered when you are poor. There are instances that you have to be absent because your money is not enough. And of course, your grade will be affected. When a student is poor, he seems to be miserable. He can pay the obliged school fees, for his money is only enough for personal necessities. But sometimes it is not even enough. Financial problem is the hardest thing faced by the poor people. Without money, no future. But there's always a hope, as poverty is not a hindrance to one's success. If you will work very hard, nothing is impossible. Determination, that is the word. One word that could change one's life. One word that can defeat poverty. If everybody is determined and hardworking, no one is poor and no one is begging for help. As what mentioned, poverty is the greatest obstacle of one's education, but let's just treat poverty as a challenge. When you are poor, that doesn't mean that you don't have right to dream big. When you are poor, that doesn't mean that you will never succeed. You can escape from poverty because you are striving hard. You can beat the odds because you have determination.
We can impose a balanced solution to prevent poverty by having equality and representation for all, building resilience, improve food security and the access to clean water, end war and solve the conflict, increase access to education, embrace cash and microfinance, and enhance the economic growth with targeted action. We need a combination of responsible policies and responsible behavior. For example, there are 3 priorities that you need to focus on. First, getting a good education, not having children before you marry, and working full-time, so it can reduce poverty.
We suffer poverty due to the lack of opportunities that we had on our society. As what I observe right now, many people doesn't have stable job. Works are limited. And the reason that we are now overpopulated, so as expected poverty will really happen. As my conclusion to this, we are now living in this modern world. We should focus on educating ourselves, have a diploma, so that in the near future, it's not difficult for you to look for a job, not just in Philippines, but also in foreign countries. The improvement was not on the society itself, but to the people who are part of it. The only solution to deal with poverty is education, and nothing more.
Many people suffer poverty due to several reasons like poor education and having a lack of skills. When it comes to poorly educated and having a lack of skills would result to being an unemployed person. Unemployment creates poverty due to the loss of income. When a person is jobless, he or she cannot earn better income. And due to the lack of income, their families cannot meet their living expenses. As a student, this encourages us to finish education and get good level of skills that refers us helping to resolve poverty. As George Bush said, education is a key to opportunity. It's a ticket out of poverty.
Poverty is not a disease, it's a lifestyle. That means people are not suffering from poverty, rather, people are living in poverty. I'm sure people are aware of the situation we're dealing with right now, but as I've seen, especially during this pandemic time, a lot of young people have been pregnant, and I'm sure they were aware of the consequences if they do certain things. With the vast number of social media channels available to us and our governments as constant reminders of poverty, I believe that the problem is within us. Almost everyone believes that education is necessary to lessen our country's poverty rate. But I believe that the solution lies with us. Education simply assists us. True change begins with us. So let's think about what we want to happen in our future. As a student and as a citizen of this country with one of the highest rates of poverty, I am suddenly aware of how depressing poverty is. I should not allow myself to be one of those who are impoverished. We are all aware that social media nowadays, as a concerned citizen of this country, we can give advices and awareness about poverty through social media. And most importantly, education. Education reduces poverty, increases individual earnings. Education reduces economic inequalities, promotes economic growth, and education helps save the planet. Therefore, education directly correlates with many solutions to poverty, including economic growth, reduced infant and maternal deaths.